Hello from Dragonfly Art Studio. We're going to do a rabbit today, a little buddy, okay? Right in time for Easter and Passover. And we're going to begin with some charcoal, soft fine charcoal, and we're going to use a kneaded eraser. And we have our still life, and we have our pad of paper. All right? So as we begin, I like to make a line using my charcoal this way, soft line. And the fun part about this project, you're going to see the shape of an egg. There's an egg this way. There's an egg this way. Can you see that? Look, this leg is the shape of an egg. His tail is the shape, or her tail is the shape. This is a stretched out type of oval, okay? Even these little feet have a bit of an egg shape. And when I say an egg shape, see this? The shape of an egg. The body is a large shape of an egg. All right, so here we go. We're going to begin. I'll start with the body. And I'm just skimming my paper. And I'm just going to put this egg like this. And then here comes the head. I'm going to place my head like this. Look at that. Looks pretty easy. All right, an egg, an egg. Here's our little egg tail. All right. And then my ears, I'm going to look at this negative space here. Right here. This is my negative space. And I'm going to create that. See that? And then I'll just pull up my ear. And this comes down like that. And like that. And like that. And I'll look at my negative space. From my perspective, it's going to be a little different from the camera. But my students at home, I've sent a still life or a still photo of our still life. And this neck comes in here. I'm going to work quickly, faster than I would want you to work. I'm working fast because I'm teaching. And I want you to have a quick visual before we begin our class later tonight. And I don't know if you can see it, there's no little foot. Oh, I have a dog bopping at me. This is Zoe has come to visit. She's trying to get the kneaded eraser out of my hands. And then I'm going to make some changes here. There's part of the little top of his head and part of that part here. Come on, Zoe, stop it. And here comes, the nose is kind of like a diamond. And we have the little split of his face. And he looks a little concerned. I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's all prepared for Easter this year. He's got to work on those eggs. I'm going to change his expression. I'm going to make him a little happier. See that little smile? We can make him happier. And that's the fun part of being an artist. You can make changes. You don't have to draw everything exactly like you see. It's fun to be able to if you want. Okay, so that's my basic sketch. Oh, let's put his legs in. Here's his back leg. And I'm just going to pull I have a nice piece of charcoal today. I like it. It's nice and smooth. And our tail will come down. And then we have our flowers. Okay, and we're just going to, nervous hand, right? A little nervous hand. And you can add flowers. You can add all sorts of stuff. So we can put fun stuff in later. But I'm just going to just skim some of those flowers. And a little leaf. Okay, another little leaf. All right, so here's the beginning. Now we're going to put our darks and lights in. This is the fun part. And let's get the shape of this a little nicer. Okay. You don't want to leave your paper all white. I can use 1 or 2 fingers for my darks and lights. Try not to rub too hard. So if I cross-hatched, I could use the side of actually that's going to go a little faster because we're going to run out of time. And I want to do some embellishments. So I use the side of my charcoal, and then I can rub it in very quickly to get some. Oh, he's coming to life. I have to name our bunny. You'll have to let me know what you named your bunny when it's all done. Add some darks here. Okay. And some shadows. Try to be true to your shadows. Don't make them up, because that helps the viewer believe what you're seeing. And here we go. That looks kind of nice. Okay, and we have some shadow in here, a little shadow in here. Get that little face going a little better. Okay, and a little on the nose. If you have color at home, you can use some color. I don't mind. I think that's even fun. I'm going to stay in black and white, but if you had color, you could even add some eggs. You can work in pencil. If you don't have charcoal at home, some of you may not. Pencil's going to take a little longer, but you would smudge it or burnish it as I'm rubbing. This is a smudging or a burnishing. That's the technique. And let's get that back leg in. And this is quite shadowed, look, because his head is blocking the light, right? See that? His head is blocking the light right there. And we're going to bring some darks right here. We go. All right, all right. And let me just let's bring this down, and this nose is going to come up a little higher, a little higher. And so you make tweaks and little adjustments here and there. And again, I'm making a happy face on this guy. Okay, so that's the beginning of our bunny. He's looking pretty good. And let's just add some leaves. Kind of have a nervous little motor in my fingers. Imagine if you had a little, like those battery operated erasers. They move like this. That's a good technique when you're doing, and even my flowers, I can just, you'll see how this emerges, watch. Kind of fun. I just kind of indicated them. Let's make this a little leaf. Okay, and a little, I see a nice little flower up behind our bunny. Get that in there. And that comes around. I'll put some centers on these. Okay, now here's my kneaded eraser. We're gonna a little darker in here. All right, let's get this eye looking like a fun eye. I'm using my kneaded eraser, and this almost acts as if I'm using a white pastel. Get that little, the light of the eye, see that? Now, if you take too much off, which I sort of did, we're just going to put some back on. And all of a sudden, see that eye's coming to life a little bit more. And underneath that light, we're just going to outline it a little bit with fur. And I can create that fur so it's growing in a direction. Okay, and smudge it a little bit. Okay, and my nose has some lights on it. Okay. That's a little better. And the front of his nose has a little shadow on it. It's kind of like a cube. We did a little of this in class before when you make a cube that helps that, but we just smudge it down a little bit. Yep. And let's get some shadow in here. And that's nice. It's coming along. Let's add a little fence. All right, is he in the garden? Right, add a little fence. You can make up anything you want. You could put a basket. I'll look forward to see what you do. Your parents can shoot me a picture. Actually, I'll see you when we FaceTime. I'll see you on that. And so we're going to put some shadow on this. Got a little bulge here on my paper. And some grass growing up. And more leaves. Now this is these are fake flowers. I should have actually picked some of my daffodils outside, but I'm saving them for Easter. I didn't want to pick anything. I'm going to turn this back into a flower. We're going to put a leaf here. There we go. And this leaf can have a little tip. Yep. Okay, and look at that stem, little leaf. And standing back, and then we have our bunny. We have some shadow under here. Where his tail is. We could make his tail poofy. You can make it fuzzy if you want. He's got a fuzzy tail. And shall we put a bow on him? Sure, why not, right? Let's put a little bow because he's an Easter bunny. He's our little Easter bunny today. So we have a little bow on him, and I'm going to use my kneaded eraser to explain that a little better. Okay, and here we go. I could take this much further, but I want you to have more time to draw. Add some grass. I have some flowers over here. Another flower. Draw nice and big. Use up the whole page. Have fun with this, okay? All right. See you tonight. Bye.